Well, hello and welcome. I wanted to leave this little picture up while we got started here so that you could see my gorgeous friend Kiara in this little picture of my thumbnail tonight. Kiara had just given me this pink apron and a matching black one. And if I show you now, these are what I'm wearing during my live streams. Kiara is a maker. She's got a beautiful degree in fashion and works in industry. This was well below her ability level to make, but she made it for me so it would be extra, extra special. And I'm just so thrilled and glad that she did. We had it embroidered, and I think actually tonight I'm feeling highly coordinated. Everything is really just going on with the colors tonight, friends. So again, thank you to Kiara for making my absolutely beautiful aprons that I love to wear when I am crafting. And welcome to lots of friends who are here already. Tonight we are going to do a birthday card, but I've decided to show a couple of different things. Now, those of you that know that I'm on a YouTube journey trying to become a YouTuber. I am a YouTuber actually now. I think I'm allowed to say that. But one of the things that YouTube has us do is earn watch hours and subscribers before we can be in their paid partner program. And I have been a big student of what's called the YouTube Studio, where they give us inspiration and insights and analytics into what's happening with the audiences. A lot of people like to say the algorithm of YouTube decides everything. That's not true. The algorithm follows the audience. So, what you like to watch and what you like to do on YouTube is the information that I have been going through. And believe it or not, there is a huge volume of search in YouTube for birthday cards. Now, I know, and if you're anything like me, you've probably already got a few Christmas decorations happening around your place. And certainly I have been in Christmas card mode with different fairs and things like that as well too. But I really felt like there's a lot of birthdays that happen at this time of year and that we should give them their glory as well too. So tonight I'm going to do a couple of things. I'm going to talk a little bit about birthdays. I'm going to show you some birthday cards from my stash, some that I have completed and some that we're going to complete here on the live stream tonight. I'm going to let you in on my secret formula. So people always like to tell me, oh my gosh, you write the nicest things. And it's true. I know that I have the skill of good writing, but in reality, I have formulas for the things that I do to help me keep things pretty easy and moving smoothly. I love to send birthday cards to people, obviously, but sometimes have you ever sat down to write a birthday card and all you know is how to sign your name? Well, I'm going to give you my formula and the steps that you can follow to easily write into a card. And here's a big hot tip for you, even if you just bought the card from Hallmark or the dollar store. So I'm going to give you those tips as well tonight. And then, if we still have time, I'm going to make a lovely rainbow inspired birthday card to share with you this evening. So lots and lots of stuff to go through. But first, would you guys join me in welcoming the love of my life in his beautiful Hawaiian shirt this evening? Hi, Freddie. It's nice to be back at home instead of out in the field, right? Although last week being surrounded by diamonds at Silveria Jewelers, there was nothing wrong with that, was there? No. So Fred and Luigi are off that way from me, and I am so, so glad to be able to have you here as my technical support and love of my life, Mr. Fred. Thanks for being here. All right, friends. Now, let's get to it. I was talking about how there's many birthdays this time of year, and I just scanned my own family and group. And let me tell you an interesting thing in our nuclear family. Fred and I have all of our birthdays crowded into a very short period of time. So Ashley starts us off with her birthday, December 17th. That's awfully close to Christmas, friends. And then whose birthday comes next in our family? It would be Fred is January 7th, and then Jeffrey at the end of January. And this strange thing happened in our life when the kids were growing up, where Ashley's maternal grandparents were gave her a combined birthday Christmas present on December 17th. But Jeffrey, whose birthday was only a month after Christmas, got separate birthday and Christmas presents. So I always felt like there was a little kind of incongruency there. So I tried to make birthdays really birthdays. And in fact, growing up in my family, I don't know if my mom is here yet this evening, but hi, Mom, if you are. In my family, Mom taught us that we really wanted to celebrate the birthday on that person's birthday. So we had either a special dinner if it was during the week, or maybe an outing that involved our Nana and Papa. But birthdays are a huge tradition that I love. And Earlier this year, when Eric and Claude opened their home for all of my friends to throw a lovely tea party. That's where Kiara gave me my aprons earlier this year. I turned 50. And I feel like the best is yet to come, friends. But yes, Lori, I see you there. And birthdays in December. So let me tell you, in our family and friends here, Claude and Sydney share the beginning. Ashley, as I mentioned, is December 17th. Lori might have the prize for the worst day of the year for a birthday, right? So the 28th of December, just after Christmas and Boxing Day, but just before New Year's Day. In fact, my friend Catherine is New Year's Eve, and she said that's a big easy one because everybody doesn't have to go to work the next day, so she's okay with sharing it with New Year's Eve. But Lori gets stuck in the middle, and we're sort of all Christmased out, but not ready for the New Year's yet. So we try and make Lori's as special as possible, and sometimes that means making a 7-pound gumdrop cake. Yes, 7 pounds, mostly butter, but lots of gumdrops. All right, so that's why I decided I'd do some birthday stuff tonight. I'm going to change cameras here and just get us going so that you can see a couple cards that I'm going to show off tonight. Hey, Don, I didn't know your birthday's the same as Lori then as well, too. I've got 2 friends with birthdays on that day. That's fantastic. And it's hard, right? But we're going to celebrate birthdays all year long. So you know I love my analog notes. I've got those here. But let me move those aside so that I can show you some of the cards that I have. And we're going to do some things this evening that will help us get into the birthday spirit. Okay, so this you can see, if you look at all 3 of them, they are a similar set. So this is a Hero Arts set that I used of dies. And I'll hold this one right up to the camera here. You can see it's like a little, I'll show you this angle so you can see it's raised up. So each layer of color is a different height. It makes such pretty little cards, and you can cut out everything all in purple, everything all in pink, everything all in green, and then actually have 3 variations of that same card. So on this particular card, I got going on and I really enjoyed making some different frames, using some different backgrounds. Sometimes I like bright and bold colors. Sometimes I'm more soft and muted. But in each of these, I also used some stamps and some embellishments in the paper to make the inside really pretty. So here we go. You can see I've got some paper down here. This is a cute stamp of cards. I see Mr. Longstreet walking in, which makes me wonder. Oh, apparently I'm out of focus. So I don't know how to fix that, friends, but technical advisor acknowledges your pain if you happen to be out of focus as well, too. We'll try. So we've got some, I think that looks like it's in focus. Somebody tell me in the chat if I'm back in focus or not, and we'll try and figure out what to do. But you can see the gingham purple here. I've got a nice little pop of that inside. Hope your day is full of fun. Nice little sentiment, some candles along the bottom. I'll show you in the next one as well, too. Now, this one, I chose not to have a sentiment on the front, but inside, happiest wishes on your birthday. You can see I've got that gingham on the bottom with some candles as well. I saw Fred holding his glasses too when he came in just now, Suzanne. So maybe that's what's going on here. We'll see. And then this one, I find polka dots are a very fun birthday. Eric, you have never been in focus. It's true. Here's another one. May all your wishes come true. I love that I can kind of continue this. So when I made these particular ones to have in my stash, I was being creative and enjoyed doing a little bit different, but a lot of the same in order to get a few things that I've been able to keep in my stash and have ready to go when a birthday pops up. I just thought of a very special little birthday that happened the other day. Raphael turned 6. That is my absolute dear friend, Rachel's little boy, who we have loved since before he even got here. Beautiful romance story there for you one day. Another story, another day. Okay, a few other cards. I wanted to show you a couple of things. We'll put these ones aside for now that make a single card something that you can change up. So if you're a card maker, this might look a little bit familiar. It's an embossing folder that I have used some distress inks on to blend, and I masked off the outside. So you can see I've got some really pretty color happening here, and it's a very simple card. If I turn it slightly, you might be able to see that this is actually raised and 3-dimensional. So something very pretty about the embossing folder, the distress, and then touching that with a little kiss of the white to bring out the white that's in the card. Well, this one, happy birthday on the side, blank currently right now. But when I made these, I also made a few others. Let's just get those out so you can see them, because often the manufacturers create dies and stamps that match in sort of a theme. So you would get sort of a whole theme. that makes sense for birthdays. So celebrate could be anything that you're celebrating, but a birthday. Cheers, again, wish big. These are all ones that could be. I wanted specifically for birthday, but you can see if I were to take this one that says cheers and pretend with me here for a moment and have that on there, it's still an elegant and beautiful card, right? So it's an easy thing to change up a card when you've got something that you have a few little elements and you just change one of the beautiful things. Irma from Southern California, I'm so glad you're here. We, Irma, are in huge countdown in our family because we are taking Sydney for her graduation gift to the San Diego Zoo soon. So we are leaving in like, I think 15 days or something like that. It's wonderful. We're very excited. And this is another card. So this card here is a different size and shape. So you make my heart happy. Now you'll notice this doesn't say birthday anywhere on it at all, but this could be a very suitable birthday card for a friend or family member. This one is done with an inked, and then I've used a pencil crayon to color in and have some embellishments on it. You make my heart happy. Now this one's blank. We're going to see about doing something in that in just a few moments. Also from my stash, some really simple ones here. This one is with some Simon Hurley. Let me pick up one here. So on the black, and if I tilt that, you're going to start to see that. There we go. It's actually a metallic sheen. And this was done with a stencil. I think I have it on my desk. I'll show you if I can. And this was a little bit, this is sort of my butterfly and insects themes here. So we've got dragonflies on this one, Hello Gorgeous, and some offset different cuts to allow for a little bit of a fun color scheme in watercolors going with some little raindrop type of things. And when I turn the card all the way over, to surprise and delight, another little dragonfly. And this one, if I can get the light to catch it, there you go, is metallic as well. So I've made this card. It just says Hello Gorgeous. But if I were to have a birthday coming up, I could simply put a birthday sentiment inside this that allows it to become a birthday card right away. So these ones, you're a great friend, you're amazing. Remember that, Hello Gorgeous. What we're going to do now is actually pick some sentiments to go inside to turn these into birthday cards. And what I have for that, I'll show you a couple different things. So this is a set of stamps that can go in there. Hip hop hooray with some little kind of bunny motifs, sweet birthday wishes, time to celebrate, happy birthday with love. These are some great ones that I kind of go back to regularly because they have the right sentiment, if you will. When I started my card making journey, one of my friends who had been a Stampin' Up! Instructor gave me lots of things that she was done with and passed on. And I have found that I have this wonderful collection of sentiments that come up from the things that she handed down to me that I still love and use. So this one, for example, says, how old, eat the cake. Hope it's just fabulous. Some fun things there. Another type and style, this happy birthday. Often when I stamp this one, I'll actually color in the outline here. This one is very, very delicate. If you are what you eat something cute. I'm doing blood work tomorrow and then able to go and eat whatever I want. I'm going to eat something cute tomorrow. I'm definitely doing that. Ashley, hello. I'm so glad you're here. I hope you're feeling better. I know Ashley's had a cough and has, the things that have been going around. I'm so glad that you are on the mend because Ashley, we were talking earlier about your birthday being in December. She's going to be 40 this year, friends. And her daddy in that next room over there, who just took his glasses off, I saw out of the corner of my eye, is taking her to Hawaii. Yes, indeed. I think he took me to Hawaii for my 40th too. Maybe it was the 30th. Anyways, we are very excited to have you here tonight. But some other beautiful sayings that we have here. This one's nice because the sentiments sort of have a more of a verse to them. So there's magic in every beginning. Your birthday came, your birthday went. Here's the card I should have sent. I have used that one a few times. This one's a happy birthday one. And then this one has some neat ways of putting fonts together for the happy birthday wishes. So those are a couple different ones. Let me get my Misty. And we're going to take Hello Gorgeous, and we're going to put that inside our Misty. So here we go. Now, I always find it nerve-wracking to stamp on a finished card, so forgive me if I suddenly turn a little bit extra red. Okay, here we go. So I've got the inside of my card ready to go. I'm going to pick I think I'm going to go with, let's see. The world got a present the day you were born. I think I'm going to go with that one. So let me get that guy out of my pack here and make sure he's got a little stick on him. So I'm just going to position it here, close my door, and just pick that up. Now that I did that, I want to make sure I got it right side up. Okay. Using some VersaFine, I'm going to go ahead and ink this up. Now, I find that the inside of cards, you want to have a crisp, easy to read sentiment. And because this is tiny, I'm not going to mess around with any colors here. I'm just going to go with this beautiful black, and I'm going to use the whatever this guy is called. Somebody remind me, the Stampendable, to get even pressure over that print. I do think Fred is about to turn 40 himself. It's true. He's never aging, that one. All right, so here we go. The whole world got a present the day you were born. So that's now our inside sentiment of Hello Gorgeous with the dragonflies on the back. And we just took a plain and simple watercolor card, made it a birthday card. And once you have the formula, you'll be able to write some great sentiments in that. So let's take the next one. You're a great friend. I'm going to move this guy over and out of our way. And I just want to put, I think I want to put a, let's see, it says you're a great friend. I'm going to do, hope your day is fantabulistic, fabulous and fantastic all in one. Yes, that's what I'm hoping for. Fantabulistic. Where is that one? What does it look like? Hope your day is. All right, friends. What are some of the birthday traditions that you have? Are you birthday cake, a certain kind of cake that you like to go for every time? That's the right one. No, that's not the right one. Talk amongst yourselves while I look for the right one, friends. Hang on a second. Hope your birthday is. There it is. Ha. It's okay. Didn't need my glasses. Oh, hi, Mom. Everybody say hi to Mom. She's Gloria and goes by Glow or Gloria or Mrs. Griffin if you're a certain age. And I'm so glad you're here, Mom. Thanks for coming tonight. We're doing birthday cards. Okay, so in this one, now this one is a top folding. So let me think about how to do this in my Misty. I'm sure there's somebody more skilled than me that knows exactly what to do here, but I'm going to just wing it. All right, here we go. Putting our sentiment in there. Getting this right. Going to close my door on it like that. Move my magnet out of the way. Okay, here we go. So getting that VersaFine ink onto my stamp. I'm going to turn the door this way, friends. Onto the stamp. And slow and steady, nice and easy. Here I go. A little bit of even pressure. Hope that works. Hope your day is fantabulistic, fabulous and fantastic, all in one. So that is our Simon Hurley one that we've done with lunar paste. And we'll do one more of these, also a top folding one, challenging myself. Oh, on this particular one, so the butterflies here, nothing on the back, but yes, the element inside is a little surprise. Okay, Paper Crafters Workshop. Push the button. Fred, can you put that on screen for me? Push the button edge of your card to the bottom edge of your Missy so you don't fight with the fold. Does that mean this way? Like that? Is that, oh, does that mean, I don't know what that means. I'm going to have to get you to show me that, Sherri. We're going to have to learn that one in person, I feel, but we're going to get there. It's okay. I know we're going to do it. Sherri's the one that taught me the Versamark ink inside for sentiments is good. I think that, oh, you know what I could do? I'm going to try this. There, I folded my card backwards. I'm going to put it in like this. Dun, da, da, da. This might work, friends. Maybe. We'll see. Okay, let's move this one out of the way and come back with, how about we try, no, that one doesn't make sense with the front. We're going to try that happy birthday one that I like. This guy, happy birthday. And later when we're not on camera and things are suddenly easier, why? Why is everything easier when you're not on camera? I will color this one in, but let me give that a little stick so my door holds it. And grab that. Happy birthday. Well, you know, the other thing that's a good tip too here, guys, is if you want to put your sentiments like at an angle so that you're not worried about them coming out absolutely perfectly square each time. A little bit crooked always is noticeable, but the fully crooked, like a diagonal, is purposeful. Okay, so Sherri's going to show me at some point, but instead of doing the top right corner, do the, okay, Sherri, I will get you to show me and I will learn it and I will come back and tell everybody just how amazing my friend Sherri is and how she taught me how to get this right. For now, we'll do this guy. Happy birthday. I see I missed a little spot there. So the good thing about the Misty is that I can go back in and give that just another little Eric's favorite sentence, kiss of ink. There I go. And now almost perfect. One more time. Here I go. And a little stamp CPR right on over top of that H that was reluctant. And we've got that. Yay. Now we're ready to go. So happy birthday on the inside of our You Are Amazing, Remember That card. Okay. So let's put these aside for now. So I've shown you a few of the cards that I have in my stash. We've upgraded them by making them birthday cards if they weren't already, or I've given you some tips on how one style of die can create a number of different cards, which I can't see anymore. Oh, there they are. My Craftastrophe desk here. So one style of card can give you lots of variety so that you have lots of great options of what you want to give to friends and family. So those are there. But now let's do some Sherri Point. Has anybody ever seen Sherri Point before? It's different. Let me tell you, this comes from having been a sales girl for more than 25 years. Almost actually 30 years, if I really think about it. And I learned professionally how to write upside down when I was presenting to the presidents of wonderful companies or other salespeople and teaching them how to do it. But today, I just turned the camera around so that this is right side up for you while I am writing. And I'm going to get myself some markers. You know, PowerPoint might be easier to do in some people's minds, but in my mind, Sherri Point is going to be good. I will tell you, however, this does not come equipped with a spell check. So there could be potential for some creative spelling tonight. All right, so let me get some things organized for myself here. So here's the formula. The things that you need inside a card, whether it's a personal greeting card that you loved making, or whether it's a greeting card that you've picked up from somewhere that you're giving to somebody else, these are the things you need. You always want a greeting. You always want to have a personal touch. You want to give them wishes, hopefully good and best wishes, and you need to have a closing. So let me give you a couple of examples and show you how you can start to use this formula for yourself. The first thing you want to do, and let me get this out here, is your greeting. And in your greeting, there's a couple of kind of key things you can say. And yes, I write sideways, so crooked. It's just going to be there. So for example, my mom's on in the chat tonight. We all said hello to her. But if I was writing a birthday card to my mom, I would actually go with a very formal "Dear Mom," right? So that would be a little bit like this, "Dear Mom." But I saw that Lori's here this evening. So Lori, one of my good friends, I might do something slightly different. Instead of a "Dear Lori," I might actually do something sort of fun. "Hey, Lori," like this. And a little exclamation mark. So I've just changed over who I'm sending it to, obviously, but the salutation, dear or hey. And then here's another one that's universal for you to use. And I like to think of, is this a friend? Is this a family member? Or is this somebody that you know? Because, for example, you might not be very close personal friends with a colleague, but you might want to be able to give them a card for a special occasion coming up. So what could you say to them? These are easy. These ones you're going to start off with the purpose of the card. You're going to say happy birthday, and you're going to fill in the person's name. So Donna, I'm using you tonight. So there you go. You can see on Dear Mom, I'd probably put a comma at the end of it. On Hey Lori, a little exclamation point. And happy birthday, Donna, I might draw a little heart. Those are little extras that just start to make it real personal, which brings us to the next one, the personal touch. Now, this is where the magic happens in the formula of what you're doing. I'm going to change Sherri Point colors here for you. I'm going to show you a little bit about how the formula works here. So what you want to do, I'm going to write this sentence down here. So you always make things fun. Okay, now let me show you what I've done here. So for example, I call this you make fun. Okay, so how that works is this. In this yellow box here, you make fun. I'm talking about the person that I'm giving the card to. So if I'm giving the card to Lori, I always think about, okay, what does Lori do? Lori makes things fun. Okay, you always make things fun. Sorry, that should say things. All right, which means always and things can be interchanged with other words. So for Lori, I might say you always make things fun. Or I could, instead of fun, I could say you always make things exciting. Or I might say you always make things memorable. But you can see the same sentence. You always make things memorable. Still works in a Hey Lori birthday card here. The other way that this sentence can go is you keep making. So now it's an action word. Welcome to your little English grammar lesson this evening. Life fun. So the same kind of idea. We've always got keep and we've got life here. But then we've got that core of our sentence. Now we're making and we're making life fun. So what can I say here that's a little bit different? Look, it's just, I was putting the wrong pen in here. You keep making life fun. I could also say you keep making fun. You keep making life creative. You keep making life worth it. These are different ways that you can say the same thing. You always make things fun, or you can change out the words in keeping the you make fun and then make it exciting, or fill in whatever suits the person that you're sending this to. Okay, so that's your personal touch. You make fun. You make and then fill in the blank for what you have. Okay, next, what you want to say is that's your greeting that we've done. That's the personal touch that we've done. And now our wishes. What are we wishing for them? So here's a simple sentence. I hope you, if you can remember those 3 words, friends, you've got a beautifully written card, I promise you. So I hope you have, and then you can fill in the blank with a great day and year ahead. So now you've got a personal touch where you're hoping that their whole year is going to be great. Or I hope, here's another one, I hope this year brings you. And then you fill in the action word here. Maybe it's joy, maybe it's happiness. But what you've done is you've made a wish for them. I hope this year brings you joy. I hope this year brings you happiness. Okay, so we've got our dear mom, you always make things memorable. I hope this year brings you joy. And now we need our closing. And closing, just like dear, hey, and happy birthday, Lori, closing is easy to do. I would sign my mom's card with a love. But it's easy also for a friend or family member to say cheers, or a classic one that you can enjoy very simply again is happy birthday, Lori. Right? So, dear mom, you always make things memorable. I hope you have a great day and year ahead. Love, Sherri. So this formula of greeting, personal touch, wishes, and a closing will always keep you in the exact right place of writing a card, whether you made it yourself or bought it from a store, something that is very lovely to receive. All right. So that is the formula there. If you'd like me to get this written down and put into a PDF, you let me know in the chat. I will happily figure out how to do that and make sure that everybody has a flawless formula for writing their birthday cards out. Now, next thing we're going to do, as I just move a few things out of my way, is get ready to make a quick rainbow card is what we're going to do here. Just as I'm setting up here, I would love in the chat if you could tell me some of your birthday traditions. So I'd asked that a little earlier, but then got distracted by my Misty that I'm going to get Sherri from Paper Crafters Workshop to show me how to use. If you could tell me a little bit about your particular family or friendship circle of traditions that you do for your birthday, that would be great while I get set up here. And as I do that, I'm going to show you a few other things that we have tonight. So I do have some pretty decent penmanship. It's true. Ooh, Black Forest cake. Ashley, that is one of my favorite. Fred, can you tape out the German Black Forest cake? I don't know if you can tape it out there. So while people are putting in their favorite traditions over Christmas, I just want to show you a few of the tools of the trade that I enjoy using. So Gina Kay, one of my favorite manufacturers, she is a lovely woman, beautiful singer too, if you didn't know. And actually, Gina has said on one of her lives recently that she loves crystals. And Ashley does beautiful work with crystals. And I think we're going to think of one that we can send to Gina. Hopefully I'm going to be able to meet her this year. But Gina K Designs, this is a beautiful stencil. Honeybee stamps. I think I've used this in another live stream in the past when we did a birthday card. This one is balloons. And then this company, a family-owned company out of the US, really, really darling. It's called Pretty Pink Posh. Big polka dots, sprinkles, birthday gifts, butterflies. One of the wonderful things that you have is versatility. These have lots of layers in them. The one that I've chosen to do tonight, and we're going to do it in a rainbow theme, is birthday candles. So got my rainbow colors here in rainbow order. And the way this is going to work is that I'm going to layer the ink on, and each layer stencil brings a new element of design to what we're doing here. So while I do that, let me see if I can see some of the other traditions that we have. Ice cream cake. Oh, you know what? I do have a friend, Erin Owen, who loves ice cream cake and makes it for us, actually. And often I feel like maybe Oreo cookies and cream is a big one for her. Okay, first color in the rainbow. We're going to go for some red here, and we've got a nice pink one that I'm using. So I'm starting out with this. This is called Melon Mambo. All right, so on my waffle mat here, which is well loved and used, you can see I have a piece of cardstock. This is just a very plain cardstock. It's called Hammermill, 110-pound weight. Really nice cardstock. Very smooth for some ink blending here. I'm going to take my waffle flower brush. Look, I'm matchy-matchy tonight. Got some waffle flower love going on. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 layers of candles here. And I'm going to crop this down to make my cards front. But what I'm going to do is actually kind of go on some diagonals here. So it should be that I have like a little rainbow of cards here that we are enjoying. Okay, so while I do this, and I'm holding my stencil into the corner there, I'm going to start with this. I know it's pink, but we're going to call that red. Go on a little bit of a diagonal and get that one in the corner over there. And see, our next color coming up is going to be, what's next in the rainbow, friends? Who doesn't love ice cream cake? I agree. Ice cream cake is a heavenly thing. I'm going to be eating treats for Christmas, and I've been making a list of the treats that I'm going to have, and I'm telling you, now I think ice cream is going to feature on the list. Okay, so next color I'm going in with here, a little bit of orange. Now I'm going over the ones that already have some pink, and I'm coming down into the next row here so that I've got a nice blend of colors that's happening. There we go. And when I do rainbows, I always forget how many colors there are, and I feel like I truncate the rainbow very frequently. Okay, so that's some orange there. I'm leaving my inks open because I'm going to come back in the following layers and use them there. This one is a yellow that is called something like Mango Melody. Ooh, I moved my paper, I moved my stencil, I moved everything. Goodness me, how did I move it so far? Okay, here we go, friends, I'm back. All right, so taking out this next one in the rainbow and coming in. There we go, a nice bright yellow. All right. I probably could have taped down my stencil. I wasn't really thinking about that today with you, friends. I admit it. All right. Oh, can I tell you guys something really fabulous that happened this week? So those of you that have been following through my live streams last week would have seen that I was at my first sponsored live stream. Thank you again, Lisa from Silvery Jewelers. And we did their charity kickoff for their card campaign that they are doing. So they've featuring handmade cards that I made with Lisa and Sydney. They're in the store available for any donation amount, and the donation goes to Michael House. So we kicked that off together last week. And when we did, in the live stream, one of our guests, Kim King was her name, still is her name, saw that they had an Amazon wish list for Michael House. Michael House is a charitable, a mission-driven entity that houses, creates a residence for moms and children who might be at risk. And so this wish list has all sorts of things that they need that aren't the glamorous sort of stuff that you might ask for in any type of charitable campaign. And the wish list has things like the toilet paper that residences need and feminine hygiene products. And so this was brought up on our live stream. And when it was, we talked about it for a few minutes. The next day, Michael House received a beautiful, huge, anonymous gift from their wish list of all wonderful feminine hygiene products. And so we know, thank you to our wonderful, wonderful audience for paying attention and knowing that that was something in need for a group of people that do great work and needed a little extra help. So thank you to whomever that was that did that. And thank you to Kim for bringing it up so it was something in everybody's attention. Okay, so I'm going here with some green. I forget what the name of this one is, but something like parakeet, and it's quite a punch of green. Here I go. Really, it's a punch of green when it gets there. All right. Okay. I see my sister's jumped on, and I'm reading that she says that Nicholas loves Oreo. Look at that, Oreo ice cream cake. I think that's going to be something that I have to get soon, an Oreo ice cream cake. Yes, indeed. Suzanne, I'm coming to your house after I do my blood work tomorrow, and maybe you could have an Oreo ice cream cake. Do you think you could whip that up for us real easy? I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. Okay, now I'm going to the blue, and we're almost done this first layer here. Okay. Now, birthdays around the world have many different meanings and many different traditions. One of the ones that I have found is unique to North America is what we call the birthday bumps or paddywhacks. Anybody know what paddywhacks is? Is that something that you have done? I know if Lori's son Tyler was around, he would probably have some good paddywhack stories from his rugby team, but I don't think that's the exact same thing. So in Ireland, they actually hold the child upside down and lightly bump them against the floor with their head. I was like, I don't know that that's a tradition anybody else needs. We'll think about that one. And then where else did I see? I think in New Zealand, that was something similar that they did. Paddywhacks is a little bit of a different flair in different areas. But what other things have we had? We have bad memories of paddywhacks. Uh-oh. We'll move on to another topic. What other traditions do we have? So birthday cakes with candles. Those are an important thing. Birthday gifts and wishing people well for their birthdays. Those are all really good. What's the word I'm looking for? Traditions for birthdays. Okay, and I'm going in with a good dose of purple. I'm actually just flashing back 1 year. My mom and I went to Square One, and we got a bunch of beautiful bedroom decor for my sister's newly renovated basement bedroom in the house we grew up in. And her favorite color is purple. So it was all in purples. And we decorated everything. I think Nana and Papa put up curtains that were really pretty and special then too. I don't know, Mom, if you remember that exactly, but that's how it was. Okay, so can you see that we've got a rainbow going on here? Birthday hairstyle and pedicure. Lori, that's my kind of birthday. Let's do that. I'm in. Okay, so ta-da, we've got the first layer. So we've got that one. I'm going to put this aside. And I'm going to come in for our second layer. Now on the Pretty Pink Posh, they have the candles ready to go. And then just switch over to that nice yellow again. And come in with a nice dose of the yellow. All right. Here we go. Now, what about making a birthday wish? I wonder where that tradition came from. Why do we make a birthday wish when we blow out the candles? Does anybody know? Does anybody want to search that up in Google and find out why? Fred, is that you? Bueller? All right. So let me get these flames on the candles. And then there's sort of a beautiful piece de resistance at the end here. We are doing a birthday party for Claude. Now, Claude is also turning 50 this year. I don't know how all of my friends and I turned 50. I don't know how that happened. It's very bizarre to me. I feel quite 16, really. Well, that's another tradition. Many countries have like a certain age that they associate with getting, sweet 16 or 21, those types of ones. Does anybody have a birthday year that was their favorite, something they were looking forward to. 16, so you could drive, maybe. I know when my mom was growing up in India that 21 was when you kind of got the keys to the city, I think, Mom. That was definitely something that was very coveted. Okay, so that's the yellow. So now you can see my candles have flames. And this last piece here, which on the last time I went through, I must have used some very dark colors. That's okay, though. I'm going to come through. Now, giving myself a bit of a challenge here, because what I want to do is a tone on tone here. So I've left my colors out. I'm going to try. Let's see if I can do this, friends. So the little dots and whatnot, I've lined up with where they go. I'm going in with a heavy amount of inking over top. And I'm just going to do this little corner and peek to make sure we got it right. So here's the first 3 candles. Got lots and lots of color there, as you can see. Just going to lift this up. Oh, it's working. Okay, so I'm doing the same color, but I'm going over top of it with a heavy hand so that we can get these little embellished details on top of the candle in our rainbow pattern. This should work. We'll see. Okay, that's the pink one done. Next is, who's got their science remembered and knows which colors come in what order? I know Claude would. He's actually a scientist, not pretend at all. I just like to pretend. I am a hobby neurologist. I really enjoy brain science. Okay. All right, so now I've got the orange in there. Coming in next with that yellow that's getting a workout in here because it's also on the beautiful wicks, the flames. So putting in my yellow. Really should have thought about taping down my stencils. I usually do. I'm not sure why I forgot. I'll tell you though, the pressure of doing something on camera, it is a different sort of thing. I'm loving it. I'm not saying I don't love it, but it is a learning curve for sure. All right, Claude, what are you saying? Roy G BIV. What does that mean? I'm sure, Claude, you can tell me what that means, but I don't know what that means just off the cuff. So we'll just keep inking here as I go with my yellow. And then once I'm done with this yellow, I'm coming back over to my parakeet green. All right, here I go, holding this down. Green. Now, the whole idea with ink blending like this is that I am trying to go over top of each of the colors so that there is some gradient of color, not a hard only one color. This is a love of many things coming together. So, and I feel like I've missed some spots because I'm talking to you all. That's okay. We're going to crop this and I'll just pick the best crop. That's what I'll do. Yes, friends, I'll just pick the best crop. And next one is blue. Here I am. All right, blue for the win. Here we go. What I've also learned since starting this adventure on YouTube is that many of you prefer to watch and listen versus come into the chat. But am I ever so grateful when people are able to come into the chat because I don't feel like I'm alone speaking to myself. Oh, Claude is telling me the acronym for the rainbow. Fred, can you put that on screen so I can see that? I don't even know. I glanced over. There we are. All right, Claude. Thank you. See, I told you he was a real scientist. He would have a memory aid for rainbow. All right. Okay, friends. Ta-da! Okay, that's what we've got. I'm going to close up these inks while we sit here for a moment. This will take me a second or two. So I would be, as I was saying, I would really enjoy those who do want to chatting me up because it helps me with the flow of what I'm doing and it helps me get to know my community, which is wonderful. Like Irma from Southern California. Irma, we're so glad that you were able to tune in as well. And it is neat to see where people from around the world are coming from. And it's also lovely to have such great support from friends and family here. I feel like this sound Could be one of those ASMR type of things. All right, so we've got our brushes and our inks closed up into the side. I'm going to move my mat and take this, and we're going to create the card that we're working on. So you can see I've got this on the whole paper. I'll show you some fun zhuzhing that I'm going to do as we get there. We're going to create the card on one of my top folding cards. I've got it already here scored and ready to go, top folding cards. And I want to have it be the front of the card with, so the background, I think is what we would call it. So let me just get this trimmed out a little bit, and then we'll look for the nicest section of it that we want to use on the card. And the card size that I'm doing, I must commit to memory if it's A4 or A6. I think it's A4. And let's get that just straightened up. Okay. All right, so now you can see this is 6 by 6, and you can see all that color on color in my rainbow effect here. What I want to do is take a piece that will fit onto the card. So similar, if I bring up one of the ones that I have made already, you can see I have the white card base, the green mat, the polka dot layer, and then my embellishment. So I've got my white card base. What I'm looking to do is actually the green layer size. So I'm doing this with a single dimension. So I'm going to, and this is where it's always hard for me to crop. Sometimes I mentioned Gina K, and she's able to just crop, and it comes out beautiful every time. But I feel like I'm losing friends when I crop things off. But let's just try. I want a little bit of everything. So I'm going to start by coming down on this side over here, and 5 1/4. No, I need to go 4 1/4 is a full size. Okay, I'm going to do this to start, and then I'm going to take off a little bit at the bottom because I like the top, and 5 1/2 is the length, so 5 1/4. Okay, so 5 1/4. So now this length is officially correct. That's the length that I want for the card. What I need to do now is decide which part of the card that I want to measure inside the card of what we're doing so that I get the 4. So I would be cutting that off. That's a little bit of a pink look to it with lots of green. Or if I did it the other way, I think I'm going to do it this way. Yep. Okay, so now I've taken that big piece that I stenciled and I've got the crop that I want. Let's figure out how to put this together. So as I mentioned, we've got the base of the card and now this card that's going to be on it. And because you know what? Actually, I want that a little bit smaller because I've got a couple options here of mounting that on some green, or I've been talking a lot about Gina K this evening because I really admire the way she does things. She uses a thin frame of black on things and it always looks elegant. So I think we're going to go for that. So my black mat is the right size. I'm just going to trim this down a little bit more to get the exact right size. I'm going to go 1/4 inch down. So this is going to be 5. And we're going to go this way to be 3 3/4. Oops, 3 3/4. There we go, friends. Okay, so now I've got that. So base, black, and then this beautiful background that we've stenciled. So we've got something really pretty going on there. And I think we're going to need, so let's get that kind of put together to start here. So what I'm going to do is take my double-sided tape here, give me some adhesion to the black, and then I'm going to pause for a second. Yeah, the black base. Okay, that's beautiful. I'm going to pause and reach for, let's see, orange, yellow, and red. So I've just picked up a few of these Copic markers, and Copic markers are graphic artist tools, so way beyond me and my measure, but I'm just going to embellish a little bit inside each of these flames. So I want it to look like there's a little wick at the bottom. So I'm going to just add that little bit of detail here on each of these. And the way that Copics work are that they're a blending marker. So you color beautifully. My son Jeff is a beautiful artist, and he uses these to color his. He does art in the style of like Japanese anime and comic books, and they blend so beautifully and just make everything look like they've just come to life. Now, I'm not that kind of artist, but what I am is somebody who loves to play a little bit. So I'm just going to go back over that little bit of yellow I just put, or orange I put down with the yellow to soften it a bit and give these wicks sort of a little extra dimensional look to them, if you will. I went very faint with the yellow on these ones. That's okay. We're zhuzhing it up, friends. And then once I've got these wicks done, so I went orange first, a little bit of yellow blended over top of it. And then I'm going to touch in just the smallest amount of red at the bottom because the flame has lots of different colors in it. And I don't need much. So I'm just going to come in with a little stroke and then we will finish it off so that these flames look a little bit like they're dancing. And I'll go back over it with that yellow again to blend it all through. You'll see what I mean. Just a second. And if I probably wasn't on camera, you could take an hour just doing this step alone. It always amazes me. There's jokes among card makers, of course, that talk about I could go to the dollar store and get a card, or I could spend $117 on all the tools I need to be able to do a card that you're really going to love. So this could be an hour-long step in itself. So see, now I'm just sort of blending these to give it a little more life and fun. And when we're not on camera, I think I will go over with a product called Glossy Accents, which takes a little bit to dry and make them really pop as candles here. But for TV magic for today, we're just blending in those. So see, now I'll hold that up to the camera a little bit more. Now we've got some flames happening in our candles. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to the card base. And usually I would do my stamping inside my card base before I make my card so that I know I've got it right. Hang on, let me get this correct. Okay, so there we go. All right, so now I've got my birthday cards on the little black frame in my card ready to go. And remember I showed you this nice green color earlier? Well, my TV magic is that I used a beautiful die, and I'm going to put this on the center. Let me just tell you whose die this is because it's such a beautiful one. So Memory Box makes some really beautiful sentiments. And this is a particular, the die, so the green part that you can see, and it's called the shadow is the black behind that as well. And I'm glad that we went with the black because this is going to be great. Now, remember I said, if you put things sort of at a diagonal, instead of trying to get it perfectly straight, you're using a good crafting tip there to make sure that you've got some great energy in what you're doing without having to worry about having all that precision. Irma, I'm glad you are loving it. Let me glue this guy down. And this, Fred always reminds me how much everybody loves this glue gun, if you will. So it's a glue bottle inside of the triggered tool by My Sweet Petunia. And I'm getting savvy enough that I will link products so that you can find the products that I'm using if you want to get any of them. Okay, here we go. Using that green, coming across. All right, friends, there we go. We've got our rainbow blended cards. Candles with our sentiment, and inside we could stamp another sentiment ready to go. But I'm telling you that tonight we have covered a lot of ground. We started with how you could make one card look differently. We came back out with putting some wonderful sentiments inside cards that I had in my stash to turn them into birthday cards. And then we did some beautiful ink blending to come up with a card of our own. And I can't wait. I mean, maybe this will be Claude's birthday card that I give to him, even though he watched me make the entire thing. That's part of the fun, right, Claude? All right, so let me come back to here. Here I am All right, friends. So lots and lots of wonderful things about birthdays. Remember in the formula, the 4 things that you need. I got to glance down because my memory's fallen out of my head here. So that greeting, that personal touch, that wish, and that closing are the 4 secrets of being able to put together a wonderfully written card that you've done, whether you made it or are buying it from a store and just filling it out for yourself. A few things coming up that I'd love you to know about. Next week, I am super excited for this. Ashley and I are going to do a collaboration where she will be making a piece of her jewelry with her crystals and minerals while I am doing a card. And we are going to be doing that together, same as always here, Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time next Monday. We're going to do it together. And Ashley is taking a number of my cards and gift tags to the market that she's doing for her Christmas craft fair this year. And I'm so, so pleased that she's making room on the table for me to have there with her. So come back next week. Ashley is going to do such a great job of live streaming with me. I just know it'll be the first time she and I are doing anything like this together. And I'm very, very excited for it. And then after next week, the thing that I have been working on that I'm so, so very pleased for is my 24 days of Christmas cards, which means I'm going to be doing a daily video that will get published on YouTube. And I hope you guys love, love, love what we've done. I'm kicking it off by telling a story. Many of you know that back at the beginning of the summer, I was laid off from my technology sales job, which is happening a lot in that sector. And I was very, very distraught and sad to be leaving something that I loved so very much. But you got to take those tragedies and turn them into triumphs, right, friends? So, becoming a YouTuber, I have decided that I am launching my Christmas card season with a story that will be available for you to watch on YouTube as well. And then each day you'll see a new card that I make for 24 days. And this is really the launch of my not only into the Christmas season, but also a big launch into my new career, which I'm so excited to have you as part of the journey for. So next Monday, live streaming with Ashley, and then following that, my 24 days of holiday cards coming out to you. Friends, I am so excited to be able to think of a whole new year coming up soon where birthday cards like this are something that we can do, and I have the opportunity to teach and be with you in these wonderful live sessions and the soon to be coming recorded videos as well too. Thank you for joining me this evening, friends. I love you all, and thanks so much for creating with me. We'll see you next week.